All right, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tea with Doug G. I think we're good on both Instagram and Facebook. Of course, uh, Facebook has decided to be weird tonight once again. Because once again, ladies and gentlemen, let me see if I can get these angles kind of straightened up just a little bit. Yeah, okay, you're gonna get a solid either right or left side of me, depending on what you're watching on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again tonight I am very thrilled to say that we do have some guests with us tonight. And real quick, let me just bring them on. Okay, I figured it out. All right, so we're gonna go real quick. Let me see if I can bring on both my guests. Hopefully, I can do both of them at the same time. Maybe it's gonna be weird on both ends. Hello, Jessica.
Hello.
Jessica, I'm gonna try to get our other guest on here, although it's looking like Instagram's gonna be weird on me too. Okay. We're gonna figure this out real quick. Okay. I think I've got it figured out, okay? Alright. So, I have Jessica on Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, my other guest is supposed to be Amberly Harris. Amberly, if you're watching real quick, switch over to Facebook on whatever you're doing it on, and I think I can bring you on Facebook. So let's see if I can make this happen. Again, y'all, this is all kind of happening kind of like kind of spur of the moment type thing. But we're gonna try and make this work. Real quick, let me see if I can get everyone. Let me see if I can check on everyone who's coming in. Hey, Miss Karen, love y'all so much. Hey, Mama. Hey, Hannah Day. Oh wow, we got a lot of folks on Instagram. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Catherine. What's up, everyone? Yeah. So real quick, so we're gonna try to get this to work on Facebook with Amberly on Facebook. But for right now, here, let me see if I can turn up the volume so that this is going to work about as well as I think it will work. So yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, so one of the guests that is joining me tonight is the wonderful Jessica Stromberg. What's up, Jackson? Ambo, I should be live on Facebook. Check one more time real quick.
This is so sad.
Yeah, I know. We're working on it. We're working on it. Hey, Miss Tracy. Hey, Faith. Hey, Zoe. Ambo, did you get? All right, sweet. Ambo got it. All right, sweet. So we're gonna bring on Facebook. I'm telling y'all, we're just making this happen as it comes with us. Makes everything just a little more exciting. But yeah. So as soon as Amberly gets on, just a second. Maybe Ambo will come on in just a minute. We're waiting. We're waiting. Okay. Okay, we're gonna try this again. All right. Hold on. Hold on. Also, in case you haven't figured this out yet, I'm doing the Instagram on my phone. I'm doing the Facebook on my iPad, which usually I do the Facebook on my computer, and I do the Instagram on my iPad because technology. What a thing! What a thing we have here. We're gonna try to get Amberly on. Maybe she'll come on. Maybe she won't. Anyway, while we're waiting for Amberly to get on, Jessica, why don't you tell the folks who you are? Tell them just a little bit about you. Tell us what you're eating for dinner tonight. All that jazz.
I'm Jessica. I'm eating a kale salad from Chick-fil-A.
We love that.
Because it was free. Because I was at work earlier. I don't know. What else about me?
I don't know. Just really anything. Really anything. I'm down to hear anything.
I have 22 reasons appreciate Doug.
Oh, okay.
22 Reasons, I have a whole list.
Yes.
So that's pretty fun. Doug and I are friends, kind of. Kind of.
We're friends. We're friends.
We're kind of friends.
We are friends. But yeah, Jessica, wonderful to have you on today. Hopefully.
I had to bully Doug into letting me on because he said he was going to a couple weeks ago and then he didn't.
That's a solid half true. That's half true.
That's a solid exactly what happened. So
I don't know about that. I don't know about
that. FaceTiming, and you said, "Do you guys want to be on next week?" And me and Amberly were like, "Yeah." And then last week it was not us. You didn't even ask.
Well, I tried to make it happen. We're gonna try again with Amberly, see if she'll get on. But yeah. Until then, we'll just keep kind of moving right along. If Amberly joins us, great. We'll retouch on some questions. But Jessica, as always, we have some questions that were sent in by the wonderful people to us this week. And as my guest, I would like for you to assist me in answering those questions. So let's really just get into it. So first things first, what's up, Luke? What's up, Brandon? Good to see y'all. Oh, okay. All right. Think we got Ambo on Facebook. Do we have it? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Either way, we're gonna get right into it with the first question. We do care about Amberly. Worst comes to worst, I'll have Amberly on next week or the fall. I actually have a guest for next week, the following week. We will make it happen, I promise. But yeah, just kind of touching on first couple questions that we've got here. First question comes from Ben Tankersley, great friend of the show. He was my guest last week. If anybody was able to check into that episode, Ben asks, "Who's your favorite superhero and why?" Jess, if you have a direct answer, you can hit that up off the top, or I'll take it either way.
Captain America is my favorite for many reasons. One of them being that it's Chris Evans, and he's the most attractive man I've ever seen.
Okay, then.
But also, just love him. He's very noble, very sweet. Love it. I don't know.
Yeah, fair points all across the board. I would have to say that my favorite superhero is probably Spider-Man. Cliche as it sounds, I love just the relatability of Peter Parker and that character, and just kind of like the real struggles that he goes through. As real of a struggle as you can have being a teenager bitten by a radioactive spider. You know how it is. Yeah, it'd be like that.
Wait, who's your favorite Spider-Man?
My favorite Spider-Man? Are you talking about live action actors?
Yeah.
So don't hate me for this. Actually, do. I don't care. My favorite is Tobey Maguire. It's purely for nostalgia reasons. And yeah, it's Tobey Maguire. I love Andrew Garfield and I love Tom Holland for their own respective reasons, but when it comes to the overall character of Spider-Man, it's gotta be Tobey Maguire. So yeah, that is my favorite. That is my favorite superhero. That is my favorite Spider-Man. Real quick, not that everyone has to chime in with your favorite superhero, although I would love for you to. My mother felt the need to chime in with Thor, and she said, "You know why?" And I do,
yes,
but we do know why. But here's the thing: since you posted that on a public live video, I mean, I've got to say it's because my mom finds Chris Hemsworth very attractive, which hey, no shame in that. No shame in that. He is a handsome man. Hey, I mean that's just how it goes. that's just how it goes. Real quick, just because I did get a message from Amberly. Yes, Amberly. Sorry, we will get you on next week, or not next week. We'll get you on the week after that. Okay. Very sorry. I still love you. Um, but yeah, technology sucks, and that these are the struggles that we're living with. Uh, yeah. Okay, so I've got a question or a comment that says Tobey Maguire, when he's evil and puts his hair down, is who I strive to be. Um, yeah, I feel that. I feel that. People make fun of Tobey Maguire when he's quote unquote emo Peter. I'm sorry, that just makes it so much better. Him as a character when he's emo Peter, I mean, it adds such a layer of depth to the character. It can't be matched. Um, Hannah Day chimed in with her favorite superhero, Captain Marvel, but from the original Shazam comic. So she's talking DC Captain Marvel, which is how I learned who that's who I learned Shazam was originally, before they changed his name to Shazam. And he is a solid superhero. He's also a direct ripoff of Superman, but hey, that's whatever. Um, but yeah, so awesome first question. Yeah, great topic. Superheroes, just a complete subgenre nowadays in the film industry. So next up, I'm actually going to take a question that you actually submitted, Jessica.
Okay.
Um, and partially just because I would like some context on what you're talking about, because you just posted the phrase "your high school prom."
You said like questions or discussion topics.
Oh,
Discussion
okay, yeah,
topics.
fair
Your high
point.
school prom.
Fair point. Okay, so
Tell
my
us
high
about
school,
it.
so my high school prom. Would you like junior or senior year?
Whichever one's worse.
Neither of them were really worse. I think they were both kind of uneventful. Uh, they were both nice. I went with friends both times. One of the friends the girl I went with my junior year was a senior. It was Lee Crumbly. She's my best friend. Uh, always has been. And then the second year, I went with another very good friend of mine, Kelly Stroop. Kelly, I don't know if you're watching. I feel like I may have seen you uh, show up on either of the live streams. But yeah, it was pretty uneventful. Went both years. It was nice. It was a school dance. I'm as a high school student, I feel like I always enjoyed homecoming a little more than I did prom.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it was just because it was so much more low key. Like like there just wasn't that much pressure or anything like with homecoming. I feel like homecoming was nice, easy. It was just a dance. It was just a dance, and I love to dance, so that's just how it went. What about you, Jessica Stromberg? Also, I'm going to take a moment to say that yes, I am drinking my evening cup of tea, because this wouldn't be the show without it. So yes,
What kind
uh,
of tea is it?
it's Lipton black tea. um, but yes, Jessica, why don't you tell us your high school prom, that discussion topic?
So junior year, I'm trying to think of events. So junior year, one of my friends that was like in my group had a boyfriend that was like 21, and like, so he couldn't get into the prom was the thing, and that was like really awkward. He came to dinner with us and didn't really talk to any of us. And then while we were at the prom, he had the limo driver take him to like a bar, and he got really drunk. And then he came back like when they came to pick us up, and snuck into the prom so that they could like have their like last dance together. And I was like, first of all, like we have to go, we have to leave. But also he was drunk, and he wasn't allowed to be in there. So it was just that was a whole ordeal. So that was fun. But overall, it was an interesting experience. That was my boyfriend that year. It was fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
And then my senior year, I went with like a group of friends, my theater friends, of course. And it was fun. It was really fun. There were a couple of incidents. There was like these two brothers, I think. One of them was junior, one of them was a senior, and like they were douchebags, okay? And they showed up to the prom drunk. interesting. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, fair.
There are a lot of other interesting things that happened, but we won't get into them.
I will say that even though Amberly is not a guest on this evening, she did comment on this post, and I'm just going to read it because it's a great response. So Amberly Harris, for one of her proms, said she was in an a cappella troupe, and her a cappella troupe sang out in the parking lot after prom was over until the teachers forced them off the premises, which is just a great. That's just a great evening, all in all. But yeah, what's up, Ben? I already answered one of your questions. Thanks for watching. Hey, Rachel. But yeah. So yeah, senior or high school proms and high school dances in general, just interesting things. I will take a question that I got during the stream from my good friend Jackson McNeese. This isn't a question that necessarily can be answered by both of us, although I guess it kind of can. So Jackson asks if I got a haircut. So funny story, I planned on getting a haircut today. I scheduled my lunch break around it, made an appointment, and then when I went to get my haircut, there were four people who had missed their appointments, and the salon let them go ahead of me. So I could not. So I could not get my haircut because I had to get back to work, and I couldn't stay waiting around for four people to get haircuts when they miss their appointments.
You should let me cut your hair.
Moving on to the next question. Hey, what's up, Raheel? No. So the next question. Let's see. Jessica, you also asked, most difficult thing about quarantine. Great question. It's trying to find things to do. For me, big thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to try to stay like creatively active, artistically active. So that's how you got this show. That's how you got the Dancing Man videos on Mondays. Yeah, that's Amberly wins though with her response, which is being away from all of us. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Jessica, I don't have a better answer atop Amberly's, which is just being away from us is the hardest. Being away from each other is the hardest part about quarantine because it is.
Yeah.
However, I feel like just to give everyone just a little bit of insight on, mine, Amberly, and Jessica's friendship. We have a scheduled FaceTime every week for Monday nights. And yeah, that's how we've stayed in contact during this entire thing.
Sometimes it happens not just Monday night. Sometimes it's like every night.
Sometimes Monday night strays into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights.
And sometimes some people sleep through Monday night, and then you have to call them later in the week.
Yeah, exactly. Amberly. And I won't say any more about it because Amberly's not here to defend herself. But I mean, yes, it's okay when some people like Amberly Harris sleeps through our scheduled FaceTime events. Yeah, but that's how it goes sometimes.
It's just bad.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. But yeah. So great comments / question, Jessica. But yeah, Ben, you're absolutely right. That is wholesome. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go on to another question. This one from friend of the show, Katie Kanjimi. Katie, first of all, am I saying your name right? I think I am, but I could be wrong. But anyway, Katie asks what my favorite item to get from an ice cream truck is. So I'm gonna kind of twist that because if it's just ice cream truck, then it's got to be the SpongeBob popsicle on a stick thing with like the two gumdrop eyes. It's quality, high quality, good. But if we're kind of expanding that into any like pre-made ice cream dessert, then the answer has got to be the drumsticks with it's the ice cream cone, scoop of ice cream, chocolate syrup on top, the walnuts, and in the bottom of the cone is a little nugget of chocolate. Yeah, yeah. So I think that really is my favorite like pre-made ice cream thing. But if we want to go strictly ice cream truck, it's gotta be the SpongeBob ice or popsicle. Yeah. What about you, Jess? What?
Kind of be an ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, ice cream sandwiches totally count. Excuse me, just a
I feel
second.
like I haven't actually been to an ice cream truck, I guess, in like maybe ever.
I've been to one in my life, just one. Excuse me, just a second, folks. This is what we call a charge midstream. Sorry about that. Because you know this is how life is right now. But yeah, okay, so we're good now. We're good now. But yeah. So that is my favorite ice cream treat. I think Amberly agrees with me with the SpongeBob popsicle because she just commented on it. So I'm going to assume that she's siding with me on that.
Unless she was just trying to tell you what it was called.
Huh?
Unless she was just trying to tell you what it was called.
That's also very likely. But anyway, yeah, great question, Katie. Real quick, I want to touch on a question that we got from Tyson Lawson or Tyler Lawson. I'm sorry, I don't have all the questions written down for me like I usually do in the week. But I think it's Tyson Lawson. If I just said your name wrong, I'm very sorry. I just had a complete lapse in memory and judgment. But anyway, he asked last week. He asked, "What's the one thing? What's the one thing I'm most looking forward to about the return of football season whenever it does return?" Um, for me, it's pretty simple. It's that feeling of sitting in Sanford Stadium, 90,000 of my closest friends, and just rocking out to the Bulldogs winning, hopefully, every single game this season. I would love if it's on the table. If it's on the table, I'm looking forward to a natty win next year, but that remains to be seen. Jessica, what about you?
I mean, same thing. I think public gifts are just so special because you get to just go with your friends and be rowdy, and no one can be mad at you about it. But I don't know. I guess I'm a little concerned. I don't know how good we're gonna be this year.
No, don't be concerned. Don't be concerned. Just say blindly, "Go Dogs."
I mean, I always will, and I will always support the dogs. But I'm just we'll see.
When it comes to football, though, really, the only thing I'm truly worried about is I'm worried for every single NFL team that passed up on Rodrigo Blankenship in the draft this year. And I really feel bad for them since he called them out on Twitter for it.
What he did? Wait, what did he say?
He basically said something to the effect of, "Hey, thank you so much for passing up on me and giving this opportunity to." I think he's with Houston now. Thank you for giving this opportunity to Houston. We look forward to seeing you. We look forward to seeing you down the road.
We love Rodrigo.
We love Rodrigo Blankenship. Because you got to respect the specs. Yeah. Amberly chimed in once again with her favorite thing she's looking forward to with football season is the Red Coats because the Red Coats.
We do love Red Coats.
We love Red Coats. They are 10 out of 10, spectacular. And my mother just corrected me. Blankenship went to the Colts. So that's how we do it. That's why we have a fact checker and a mom. Same person.
We love you, Heidi.
Yes, we love Heidi Gooden. And for anyone out there who has not had the pleasure of meeting my mother, please do. She's a delight. But yeah. So let's go on to, again, great question, Tyson or Tyler, if I just lapsed in judgment on your name, Mr. Lawson. But yeah. Uh, Next, just because I love this question. Uh, Again, from my good friend Jackson McNeese, who says thoughts on spam. Now, I don't know if Jackson's talking about spam email or spam, which I think is the number one export of Hawaii. But again, could be wrong on that. Actually, I know I'm wrong on that. But anyway, but spam the email, spam the food. I figure we've got to just discuss both.
I mean, I'll just go right ahead and say both of them terrible. Both of them, why do they exist? Like spam emails? Get out of here. Nobody wants you.
See now I agree with you with spam emails. They are terrible. However, since Jackson also just clarified he's talking about the food, um, I will say that though on its own and straight out of a can, I'm not the biggest fan of spam. If you take that spam and you fry it up in a skillet, like most things in this world, it does become slightly better. Um, so yeah, I won't say that I absolutely love spam or that I'm a diehard fan for it, but it's not as bad as
What even
everyone.
is it?
What even is
Like,
it?
what is it made out of?
It's meat. It's just meat. It's meat. Also, Amberly says that she likes it. So
Actually,
yeah.
what she said was fry it up in a sandwich and put some cheese on it. That's what she said.
Okay, well I said fry it up and it's very good. So yeah. And Heidi just agreed with me, so we outrank you. Um
I didn't know it was a fight. No mere competition.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jessica. Sorry.
I thought I was just sharing my opinion.
You are. And thank you again for being my guest. But yeah, great question, Jackson. Also, just in case it wasn't clear, spam email, yeah, no, that can go down in a hole.
Yeah, get that out of here.
Yeah, that's trash. However, it does lend itself to some great interpretation by comedians, because if you've ever found yourself bored or crawling down a YouTube hole, I highly recommend looking up just comedians and how they deal with spam email. Great stuff, great stuff. And we're gonna hit on one last question here before we close out for the evening. Again, I think we started this show with a question from our good friend Ben Tankersley, and we're gonna end it with him because Ben asked perhaps my favorite question I've ever received, which is why. Isn't that the one elusive question? Um, I think Ben. I think in terms of answering the question why, I mean, the most obvious answer is why not? Because when I look around at the world around me, I don't see people doing the same things I'm doing. So why not? Why not? That's my question, Jessica.
Um, without having more context to this question,
It's
I really
literally
don't know
the only question. The only word is why. It wasn't even punctuated.
why. Why are we doing this Instagram live? I don't know. Why? I don't know. Why quarantine? Why coronavirus? Why now? I don't know. I have no answers to these questions. I wish that I did. I mean, I feel like why not is kind of a good answer. Sure. Let's go with that.
Yep.
That
Why
works.
not? Why not?
Just why not?
Oh. Although I think Amberly might have just won with her answer, which is because I'm hungry.
That's also fair.
That's also fair. But yeah, and my mother says what a wonderful world to the answer of why not. Yeah, that question kind of took us all over the place, spiritually and philosophically. I feel. I don't know about you, Jessica, but that's how I'm feeling right now. But yeah.
Incredible.
I do think that's going to be our last question for the evening. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for us here this week on Tea with Doug G. Once again, thank you everyone for watching and listening in. Hopefully next week I'll have this stupid Facebook and Instagram thing worked out because I thought I had it and then I didn't. But yeah, hopefully that will be fixed next week. Hopefully I'll have a haircut by next week. But yes, real quick.
I will cut your hair. I
So,
will do it.
First of all, I just want to say thank you so much to my wonderful guest, Jessica Stromberg. Thank you so much for coming on. Did you have fun?
I did. It was fun.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And I have more things to add to my list of reasons that I hate you. So
yes,
that's always fun.
I know. And Amberly, again, I'm sorry that we couldn't get you on, but we will have you on in the future. And yeah. So thank you, everyone. And I think Jessica, tell me, do you think it would be wise for me to go on and tell people who my guest is for next week? Just kind of spice things up just a little bit.
I think you should.
I think I should
I
too.
want to know.
So real quick, I just want to say that because I have this scheduled out now, next week I will be happy to bring on Mr. Jackson McNeese as my guest next week. Amberly and Jessica don't even know who that is. Most people who are watching don't know who that is, but Jackson is the reason that I started this show, and I look forward to having Jackson on next week. So everyone, please be sure to tune in next week with when we do Tea with Doug G Part 5, and be sure to check in on Monday for another installment of Dance Man Videos. Thank y'all very much for watching. I'm Doug Gooden. That's Jessica Stromberg. Hope y'all have a wonderful night. See ya.